Not a good start. Wow, some masochist wrote all these children's theme tunes in the 1970s. They're all really hard to play. I didn't get that right once. That was Mr. Benn. Hello, it's Mr. Benn here. Does Mr. Benn speak? I can't even remember. He just smiles and waves. No, the whole thing's narrated. I'll have to just go like this. Oh, the rest of the show is just going to be like this. It'll be really difficult to hear me. Anyway, there's Pat Dennis. Hello, Pat. How are you doing? Good to see you. Running quarantine gigs. Still going with quarantine gigs all these years later. Incredible. Almost 3 years now. Anyway, what a rubbish costume today, Mr. Benn. Look at this. I've even gone the whole hog and put the trousers on as well. Oops, my shirt's... Mr. Benn would never have his shirt hanging out like that. Look, shoes and everything. Look, we'll go further apart so you can get the whole effect of this amazing costume. There we go. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. It's just a black suit with a stripy blue and black tie and a bowler hat. Rubbish. Mr. Benn is so boring. And here you were logging in to see what crazy costume I was going to go to today. Now, if I'd been really organised, I could have had like all these costumes lined up behind me, and I could have done like, 10 costumes in one show, like the ABBA show I did years ago, where I did all 4 members of ABBA in one show. That was very hot because I had to wear all 4 costumes on top of each other. So yeah, I couldn't really be bothered today. And besides, all the costumes are up in the top shelves in the hall, where I've been moving them around the house for years, gradually getting a bigger and bigger pile of costumes, eventually not being able to get into my bed or bedroom even. So they're now tucked way up top, so it's much harder to access them. But you know what, I might do the show in year 4 if we're still going. I might do the Mr. Benn show again with added costumes. Anyway, tips for more costumes, greatly appreciated, because I'm running out. However, look at this great costume for the shopkeeper. I think this is a genuine, it's not a fez really, it's a kind of, it's more of a hat that Mr. Benn's shopkeeper wears. It doesn't have a name, the shopkeeper, I don't think. And this is actually from Tunisia. Look, this is a present from wonderful lady Maya, who took us around the souk, the market. And look, it's got an Arabic, whoops, it's got an Arabic. Hey, you'll be able to read that the right way around, because it's, because everyone gets flipped back to front on Facebook. It's, yes, it's an Arabic hat. Oh God, I can't remember what it's called, from Tunisia. How ignorant of me. Anyway, I'm a size 28.5 because we're very, very good at fitting the hats for us. My God, Mr. Benn's cut himself shaving. No, I think it's a cold sore appearing. See, that's the great thing about being a cartoon character. You don't have to worry about things like cold sores or piles or other things like that. Not that I've got piles, I just mentioned it randomly. Anyway, I'm a real human, even though I know many of you find that hard to believe. I don't know what happened. Why is it hard to believe? It's the shirt's a little bit tight. I'm getting a little bit thicker around the neck. That's what the problem is. Yeah, 28.5. They took great care in the little shop in the market in the souk to make sure. Apparently, you've got to stick a finger up, be able to move a finger around, so that it's not too tight. But you don't want more. You don't want 2 fingers. Oh no, 2 fingers is bad. Anyway, I had to use a bit of the boot polish here again today because otherwise Mr. Benn would have aged terribly. That's the other thing about cartoon characters. They don't age. Lucky them, lucky them. Anyway, Mr. Benn theme. I'm really glad to see the back of that. Goodbye, Mr. Benn. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a tricky one. Yeah, I knew that was going to be hard. Didn't know how hard though. Anyway, better playing the accordion this week than the melodica last week when I was in Lanzarote. That's the first time I've gone on holiday for decades. First time I've gone abroad for decades without taking the accordion with me. Thanks to my good friend Richie Werner, I had the melodica instead, which is like the right hand of an accordion, the keyboard bit, and a little breathing tube for it to breathe and you to breathe with it. To breathe in tandem with your instrument. And it was great fun. But yeah, as some comments said, prefer the accordion. Well, that's good, because I'm not planning a career in melodica, you know, a melodica tour of the world. Sandy Brechin had his amazing melodica while he drinks with the left hand. Well, you could possibly do that. Blow and drink. Blow and swallow, I was going to say, but that doesn't sound good. Right, let's get on. let's get out of here quickly. As usual, I thought about nothing else to play apart from the theme tune for Mr. Benn, which took up most of the morning, and I still got it completely wrong. Never mind, when we eventually do the live version of this show, we'll practice all these things properly. Just noticed a little stain on my trousers there. What's Mr. Benn been up to? He's got a stain in his trousers. Shocking. Right, I'm going to play some 2/4 marches. This is John McFadden of Melfort, a very well-known, popular tune, favourite of Mr. Benn's, and the shopkeeper, mysterious shopkeeper, and the Balkan Hills. Still look a wee bit like Stan Laurel. It's not Stan Laurel, it's Mr. Benn. There, but here we are where we left off. Don't know what happened. Unplugged the little plug that was in it. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure that's even the right tune I'm playing. Never mind. On to the next one. experiencing some technical difficulties there. Had the phone plugged into the computer, which was trying to sync. It did sync, it sunk the show. It was trying to synchronise with something, but it always takes ages. Should have just unplugged it. Anyway, it was interrupting my show. It's a good thing, you might think, but no. Once, perhaps twice, no, that's not allowed. So sorry about the wee breaks there, but you would have not noticed anything apart from maybe I froze and then I went zip. Probably into a different tune than what I was doing seconds before. Anyway, it's all part of the magic of television. Now, of course, it's Valentine's Day coming up on Tuesday. Hope you've all got your special Valentine meals organised. The co-ops are doing a very good Valentine special for 2. Maybe they should do it for 3 these days with modern relationships. Who knows? But anyway, they're still doing the old traditional Valentine's meal for 2. Well, I don't know what you got organised. Normally, for many years in the past, I've only ever spent Valentine's Day with my friend Ewan Wilkins, singer guitarist, because for some reason we always ended up on tour somewhere, usually in England, on Valentine's night, ending up with a nice Chinese meal for 2 with balloons with love hearts all around us, going Happy Valentine's. And I think they just presumed we were a couple, a modern couple. That was the Pink Giraffe. I've never mentioned it before, but it's just such a brilliant name. I'm not making this up. That was a Chinese restaurant called the Pink Giraffe in Oxford, where we spent a wonderful Valentine's night once, surrounded, the only people in the room, surrounded by pink balloons, pink love heart balloons, helium balloons, you know, like floating around. I love the atmosphere. Anyway, that was in the past. That will never be recreated, thankfully. But I was thinking of doing a Valentine's show, but I'd already done Cupid a couple of years ago, and that was horrible for you all. I was semi-naked. I was practically naked with the old love heart arrow on. Arrow made of silver foil. The head and that wasn't real arrow. So yeah, I didn't want to repeat that again. Can't think of anything else. Sort of Valentine's-y. But if anybody wants to suggest some ideas for next year, I'll no doubt be doing it next year because I can't seem to stop doing this. That would be great. Something Valentine-y, but I don't know. Anyway, Easter coming up soon. Time to get the rabbit suit out again. I know where it is this year. I couldn't find it last year at last minute, and I had to make a rubbish costume out of 2 plastic forks and 2 handkerchiefs, sellotaped to my head. But because it was such a spectacularly bad costume, I got one of the highest viewing figures ever. People love to see me fail. Yeah. Right. I haven't got any other plans for music for the show, but let's just play something. Here's an old set we used to do in the original Guruk lineup. Wissahickon Drive and Sail Away Lassies, I think. I got that wrong as well. Anyway, it was a long time ago, can't remember. an hola on the messages on screen from Patricia Prado, aka Patty. Hello Patty, how are you doing? I think Patty's still in Peru. Now, who comes from Peru? Has Mr. Benn been to Peru before? He probably has. He's been everywhere, Mr. Benn. But Paddington Bear. That's who lives and comes from Peru. Haven't done Paddington yet. I could do Paddington. I just need to get hold of a bear suit, a bear costume. Not the one from that horrible, scary Swedish horror film, Midsummer. I don't want to be sewn into a bear suit. No. And then put in a big barn and then set like no. They just mean like a nice little zip up, zip down, easily get in and out of Paddington bear suit. I'm sure they're 10 a penny. I'll have a look in the charity shops for next week. Yeah, Paddington bear. Well, I shouldn't promise these things. Take a little bit more than a week to find a Paddington bear suit. I'm sure I could get the yellow wellies and a hat, not the furry costume. I could stick bits of a carpet all over my body. That's another option. I'll think about it. Anyway, lovely to see you, Patty. Thank you for tuning in from the other side of the world. Speaking of the other side of the world, well, it wasn't quite where it was last week, Lanzarote, so I've quarter of the way around the world. Canary Islands, just to the west of the massive continent known as Africa. Anyway, very nice weather. We were lucky. Apparently, it had been raining for an entire week before me and my chums got there. So the residents of the hotel told us. So we were very lucky. We only got thunderstorms one day, but got a nice bit of sun, bit of winter sun and tan. Anyway, it's lovely to be back to Scotland, where it's overcast and cold. It's much nicer. It's an environment I'm much more familiar with and content in. So maybe one tune to finish off, shall we? Just a wee duffel coat, Linda. Yes, that's a good idea. It'd have to be quite a big duffel coat if I'm going to wear it. That's Linda Campbell making a Paddington suggestion there. If anybody else has got any suggestions of any other animals or characters they'd like me to play, I've still got a long list of things that I haven't done yet, but sourcing some of the props and the costumes are not easy. Anyway, anybody got any ideas, by all means fling in your ideas. Right, Fran and Anna. No, that's not good. That's not good, Linda. Well, I could do that actually. A little tartan mini skirt. Yep. I actually saw Fran and Anna live several times when I was a child, against my will, I might add. Part of a variety show. I think it was in the King's Theatre. Very good. I can never tell which one was which though. Twins, eh? It's difficult. Maybe they're not twins. Maybe they just dress the same. Anyway, yeah, Fran and Anna. Thanks for that. Yeah. Oh no, she said yes. That wasn't a promise. It was just a maybe, Linda. Right, let's finish this show because it's time to. I've got to get out into the garden. The garden's been lacking any care and attention for about 4 months now, and it should have just about unfrozen by now after the winter freeze. Right, what can we finish with? Oh, I know. What's it called? Bromley Bray. Canterbury and trip to Windsor. An unexpected combination there. That was a nice little set of tunes, reels to finish off there. Thank you for watching. Yes, we've got some more interesting comments there, suggestions. Wilma Kennedy, hello Wilma, nice to see you. Fred Flintstone, yeah, that'd be a good one to do. Yabba dabba doo. Yeah, that's a terrible joke that reminded me about something about Dubai and Abu Dhabi. I can't even remember it. Terrible jokes. Never mind, somebody can remind me of that as well. Yes, there's Jilly Banks saying that she was once acting as a totem pole, sorry, in the King's Theatre in Glasgow. Well, that must have been the peak of your career, Jilly. That sounds like you could be in one of my shows. If you would like to do a special guest appearance as a totem pole in the background in one of the westerns, we could arrange that for you. And there's another comment there from Linda again saying, this time not Fran and Anna, but I can't read it. Who is it? Oh, it's disappeared. Who was it? It was another woman anyway. She just wants to see me in tights. That's all it is. Again. Never mind. I'll read it later and I'll tell you next week. Oh, but speaking of next week, just before I sign off, if anybody's in the Borders area, I'm playing in Jedburgh next Saturday with the Sandy Brechin Band. Yes, me, not as an alternate character, but the real me. And my band, but it's a secret location. It will not be revealed until I think tomorrow. But early evening, Jedburgh, somewhere in darkest, deepest Jedburgh, the Sandy Brechin Band will be playing. If you wish to come along, tickets at the door, no problem. Thanks very much for watching once again, folks. Oh, Liz Truss, it's Liz Truss. Yeah. I don't know if I can bring myself to do Liz Truss, Linda. Yeah, I've got the wig right enough. I've got the tights. Maybe think about it. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Goodbye. Wow, mysterious shopkeeper. That was actually surprisingly okay show, considering all I did was wear a little suit and a bowler hat. I'm going to borrow this moustache because that is the only difference between Mr. Benn and Laurel and Hardy from Oliver Hardy. Laurel and Hardy, because I've not done Oliver yet. Oliver Hardy. I did Stan Laurel, who is that. And then all I need to do puff out my cheeks, and I've got that. Oh, wait a minute, that's another idea I could do. Wait a minute, I've not done Hitler yet. Oh no, that didn't go so well for the Prince formerly, the Harry formerly known as Prince, did it? No, probably better avoid that one. Oh God, did I leave that on?